Arriving at a resort property or unlocking a vacation rental triggers a specific chemical signal to relax. Most people view a paid getaway as a purchase of safety, assuming that the cost of the trip includes a secure environment. However, leaving behind a daily routine often means leaving behind the habits that maintain situational awareness. We navigate unfamiliar geography, sleep in buildings we don't own, and interact with strangers, often suppressing the survival instincts that remain active at home. To a predator, these dense tourist hubs are target-rich environments. The transient nature of the population provides a constant stream of disoriented, relaxed individuals moving through established hunting grounds. Travel-related crimes frequently follow a methodical four-part escalation: observation, trespassing, entrapment, and direct assault. Recognizing these escalating stages provides the only opportunity to disrupt the hunt before it reaches a physical conclusion. High-end resorts, like those in the Costa Rican jungle, offer seclusion as a luxury. But that same dense foliage provides effective cover for unseen threats to monitor guests without being detected. One couple experienced this during a late-night swim in a resort hot tub. The man noticed a figure crouching in the plants just a few feet away, watching them silently before disappearing into the dark brush. The surveillance continued with daylight reconnaissance. By remaining anonymous, they can calculate the exact moment a victim is most vulnerable. In the second phase, the predator bridges the gap between watching and active invasion. This shift frequently occurs in secluded rentals, where the distance between houses provides the intruder with the privacy they need to operate. Inside one rental cabin, a woman woke to see a figure standing in the corner of her bedroom. The intrusion became more overt the following morning. Her clothes had been moved while she was in the shower, and personal items began to disappear from the house. After hearing persistent, creeping noises coming from the basement, the husband decided to investigate the storage area. He hoped to prove the house was empty and settle his wife's growing anxiety. In the dim light of the basement, he saw a man in a red hat standing perfectly still in the corner. He initially thought it was a mannequin, until the figure blinked. Trespassing shifts the power dynamic. The predator has moved past the exterior locks and is now dictating the terms of engagement from within the victim's safe zone. Entrapment often exploits physical isolation. After crashing his car on a foggy Pennsylvania mountain road, a driver found himself stranded without cell service on a desolate detour. A couple in a truck eventually stopped, offering to pull the car out of the ditch. They appeared to be good Samaritans, but their behavior quickly became erratic. The woman used a distraction maneuver, launching into an intense rant while using her body to crowd the driver. She methodically herded him toward the back of the truck, cutting off his path every time he tried to step away. Once the driver was pinned against the vehicle, a third man emerged from a tarp in the truck bed holding a knife. The driver narrowly escaped the ambush by falling backward and sprinting into the woods, leaving his car and belongings behind. Entrapment preys on a traveler's social conditioning. Predators use the guise of assistance to force victims to choose between their survival instincts and the fear of being rude to someone offering help. Direct assault can occur even in highly public settings. On a moonlit beach in Key West, a couple was preparing for a marriage proposal when the social contract of the public space was suddenly shattered. Two unknown couples surrounded them, standing close enough for their feet to touch. They remained silent, staring down at the victims with persistent, vacant smiles that ignored every request for privacy. The situation escalated instantly into a coordinated physical beating. There were no demands for money. The attackers focused entirely on the assault, while the two women in the group watched and laughed. As one attacker reached for a weapon, the boyfriend kicked the ankle of one of the women standing over them. This momentary distraction allowed the couple to break the circle and run toward the lights of their resort. When predators initiate a direct assault in public, they are operating with a level of confidence that suggests they have no fear of being identified or stopped. For those who survive, the adrenaline eventually fades into a clinical reality. The remainder of the trip is defined by locked doors, early checkouts, and police reports that offer little closure. These cases often end in systemic failure. The suspects disappear into the crowds or the wilderness, leaving authorities with fragmented stories and no physical evidence to pursue. While the physical injuries heal, the psychological impact often manifests as a persistent hypervigilance. future exploration is no longer a luxury. It becomes a series of risks to be managed and blind spots to be monitored. Seeking an escape from daily life requires entering environments where we lack local knowledge and established defenses. In these spaces, the people watching from the shadows hold the home field advantage. This reality leads to a question that the survivors still struggle to answer. If these individuals were willing to go to such lengths just to watch, follow, and trap their victims, what was the intended endgame?